In the ever-changing, always dramatic landscape of Genoa City, few constants have remained as beloved as Sharon Collins Newman Rosales, better known to millions of daytime fans simply as Sharon. And for actress Sharon Case, who has embodied the character for nearly 3 decades, celebrating another Sharon-versary on the young and the restless is both a triumph and a reminder of a moment when she thought the dream would end before it had truly begun. Today, Case is an Emmy winner, a cornerstone of the soap, and one half of some of its most iconic supercouples. But rewind the clock to the mid-1990s, and she was a newcomer stepping into a role already fraught with pressure. And as she candidly admits, there was a point when she looked around the set, saw the writing on the wall, or so she thought, and told herself, "That's it, I'm getting fired." From newcomer to daytime queen. When Sharon Case first auditioned for YNR in 1994, she didn't expect to become a daytime fixture. She had a string of primetime guest roles and modeling work behind her, but the idea of carrying a leading role on a top-rated soap opera felt almost impossible. "I was excited but terrified," she recalls. YNR was number one. They didn't just hire people, they hired people they thought could last. But I didn't feel ready. The role of Sharon Collins was already in motion. A different actress had briefly originated the character. Case was brought in to redefine Sharon's path as the teenage outsider who would fall in love with Nicholas Newman. At the time, Case was in her early 20s, and the Newman family storyline was one of the most high-profile in soaps. "I knew the fans loved Nick and wanted to see who he'd be paired with," she says. "So, I felt this incredible pressure. I wasn't just playing a girl. I was playing the girl who would date Victor and Nikki's son. That's a big deal in Genoa City." The moment she thought it was over. Despite early praise from producers, Case says it wasn't long before nerves got the better of her. "There was this one day, I'll never forget it, where I had a big emotional scene," she explains. "Sharon was supposed to break down, cry, and bare her soul. But I froze. I couldn't find the emotion, I couldn't cry, and I just felt wooden. I looked around and I thought, that's it. I blew it. I'm getting fired." Case laughs now, but at the time, she truly believed her career on YNR was over before it had started. "You have to understand, soaps move fast," she continues. "You get your script, you rehearse quickly, and then you shoot. There's no safety net. So when I felt myself flopping, I thought they'd just decide I wasn't cut out for it." The irony? That very scene, while terrifying for her, became a turning point in how the show's producers saw her. What the producers saw. Instead of disappointment, Case recalls receiving surprising feedback. "They told me, don't worry about the tears. We saw something raw in your performance. It was honest, and that's what matters," she says. "That was when I realized they didn't need perfection. They needed authenticity." That note changed everything. Sharon leaned into her natural instincts, creating a character who is vulnerable yet strong, naive yet determined. Fans instantly connected with Sharon Collins as the working-class girl who won Nick Newman's heart. "It's funny," Case muses, "the day I thought I'd get fired was the day I unknowingly gave them what they wanted. That lesson has stuck with me all these years." Sharon and Nick. The super couple years. Once Sharon and Nick's romance took flight, the rest was daytime history. Their teenage love story, marked by secret meetings, stolen kisses, and eventually marriage, captivated millions. They became the quintessential soap opera supercouple of the 1990s. "It was surreal," Case remembers. "Suddenly we were on magazine covers. People would come up to me and say, 'You and Nick are my favorite couple on TV.' That kind of passion from fans is overwhelming and humbling." Of course, being a super couple meant weathering storms, affairs, betrayals, custody battles, and even death scares. Through it all, Sharon Case delivered powerhouse performances that earned her a Daytime Emmy in 1999. "That Emmy meant so much," she says. "Not because of the trophy, but because it proved I belonged here. It was validation that the scared young actress who thought she'd get fired had found her footing." The character evolution. Part of what has kept Sharon Case so relevant on YNR is how her character has grown. Sharon Collins went from small-town teenager to Newman wife, from grieving mother to mental health advocate, from coffee house owner to crime solver. There's no box you can put Sharon in, Case says proudly. She's been through it all: love, loss, betrayal, mental illness, motherhood. Playing those layers keeps it exciting for me. The actress also points out that Sharon's battles with bipolar disorder, a storyline introduced in the 2010s, resonated with fans on a deeper level. I had so many people write me letters saying, "Thank you for showing what it's like to live with this." That's when I realized Sharon wasn't just entertainment, she was representation. What keeps her going? After nearly 30 years, many actors might consider moving on. But Sharon Case insists she still feels energized by her role. "Every script still excites me," she says. "I love coming to work and discovering what Sharon's going to face next." And the cast, their family. We've been through weddings, funerals, and babies together, both on screen and off. As for her favorite memories, Case rattles off a few. Her first wedding dress fitting as Sharon, the day she filmed Cassie's tragic death, and the moment Sharon launched Crimson Lights, her fictional coffee house that remains a hub of Genoa city life. Cassie's death was the hardest, she admits. That was real grief, and it changed Sharon forever. But it also gave me the chance to show depth I hadn't before. I'll never forget it. Looking ahead. When asked about Sharon's future, Case smiles mischievously. Soap fans know, never say never. Sharon could be running for mayor, solving a murder, or remarrying Nick again next year. That's the beauty of daytime. It's unpredictable. But one thing she's certain about is her gratitude. "I wake up every day thankful that I didn't quit, that I didn't give up when I thought I'd get fired," she says. "This job has given me not just a career, but a life." And to celebrate another Sharon-versary is just the cherry on top. Why Sharon Case still matters. In an era where soaps fight to survive, Sharon Case represents the staying power of daytime drama. She's a reminder that characters can grow with their audience, that vulnerability is strength, and that sometimes the moment you think you've failed is actually the beginning of your success. When fans tell me they grew up watching Sharon, or that they named their daughter after her, it hits me. Case reflects. That's a legacy. That's impact. And I'm proud of it. So here's to Sharon Case, to Sharon Collins, and to the unlikely audition that nearly ended in disaster, but instead created a daytime legend. "I thought I'd get fired," she says with a laugh. "Turns out, I was just getting started."